Hello and welcome to my character customization video. Today I'm going to show you the World of Warcraft character customization options and why I like it so much. I've just selected my server that I'm going to make my new character on, and I'm going to sort of show you how character customization works. So I don't want to make myself a goblin. As much as I like them, it's just not what I want to do. But here, I'll show you anyway. You can make yourself a male or female character. And below that, you've got the option of choosing your class. Each race has a class, has the ability to be certain classes. For example, a goblin can't be a druid, but it can be a death knight. In fact, all classes can be death knights. Let's move on. So there are 6 races per faction, 6 for Horde, 6 for Alliance, and there are 10 classes in total, but remember, not every race can be every class. For example, humans can't be druids or shamans. Here's a human paladin though. Just going to see if I can tweak him a bit to show you some of the options that are available. For example, changing the hair color, adding some facial hair, and then I'm going to show you how the dwarf. Now, what I like about dwarves are their size. I like short races in general, but I wouldn't make one. I like watching them and laughing at them because I always pick races that are fairly tall. For example, Night Elf, which I'll show you later on. But anyway, let's tweak this guy a bit more to show you the options available. And let's move on to Night Elves. Night Elves really, I think, are awesome looking. They've got this powerful presence. So, well, I like Night Elf Druids because they can shapeshift. And I reckon that if you're going to make yourself a Druid, you should make yourself a Night Elf Druid. Because they are sort of like in touch with nature, so they say. Gnomes. Alright. I think gnomes are hilarious, but whatever floats your boat. So they make pretty good rogues because they're very small. You can't be seen. And I think that's why a lot of people play with gnomes, is their PvP ability. As they're so small, your opponent will have trouble clicking on you. And so it's an advantage. Unlike this guy who's so big compared to that. But you know why? Because he has the ability to be a shaman, which is a huge plus, because as you notice, not many classes can be shamans. Shamans and druids are not available to not many races, can be shamans. Shamans and druids are limited to certain races, unlike warriors, which most races, can be warriors. Alright, so you've seen Draenei. They sort of look like something from outer space. In fact, that's their story, they come from outer space. My favourite, Worgen. You want to make a werewolf? Well, you've got it. You can shapeshift between being in your human form and being in your werewolf form, which I think is great. My favourite class for a Worgen is a hunter. I just think that in their werewolf form, they look so awesome with their gun in hand. Human, they look pretty normal, but in their werewolf form, I think they rule. So if you're up for something that looks a bit aggressive, make yourself a Worgen, because there's nothing else in the game that's going to intimidate people so much. Except for maybe if you make a goblin and you want to sort of frighten them away because they look so ugly. But anyway, moving on. Alright, so just customize it a bit. I think that looks pretty cool. But now, Horde races. Let's pick a Horde race. Orc. I'm sure you're all familiar with it already. Even if you haven't played WoW, you'll know about humans and orcs. So yeah, orcs are sort of the main race, I guess, of the Horde, as humans are the main race of the Alliance. The main city for Horde players is an orc city, so a lot of the characters in WoW that you'll see will be orcs in sort of game content. Undead. Now, I have a real relationship with undead because my first character was an undead rogue, which I got to level 62. And then I moved on and made myself a druid, which I now have at level 80. to further make Hunter, which is at 85, which I then went to make a DK, which is now 85 as well. Alright, so you've seen Undead. What I like about Undead is that they've got this thing called features. Alright, Tauren, my Hunters are Tauren. The reason why they're so cool is that they have this racial ability known as War Stomp, which can stun all players around them. So imagine you're just going in sort of like a battleground, you're going to play against an alliance, a load of sort of gnome midgets come around you, you just War Stomp, they all get stunned for about 5 seconds, you just walk off, do your thing and leave. Alright, Trolls. Probably one of the least played races in the game. I think they look pretty neat, but I wouldn't make one myself because of it's not my kind of race. I think a troll is, I don't know, it's the name, isn't it? It's like a troll. Do you really want to be a troll? If you do want to be a troll, then play WoW, because you can be a troll and you can run around trolling. No, but really, they have a very good, some class racials, some racials that are very good. So I'll show you that. Blood Elves. These are, in my opinion, sort of the human wannabes of the Horde, who don't want to make a human because they think it's too boring, and so they want to make something that's a bit more spiced up. I'd say Blood Elves are very magical. It's a very magical race. So if you're going to make a Blood Elf, I suggest you make a mage or a warlock or a priest. Although you can make hunters and you can make paladins. Goblins, again. I think that's where we started, wasn't it? As I said before, this isn't the race for me at the moment. Maybe if I were looking for something that's more suited for PvP, small race. Want to be Horde, you know, you don't want to be in a alliance small race, so you make a goblin. But I'm going to stick to a human. So for the purposes of this video and for the rest of my review, I'm going to make human. My name, I'm going to call myself Joseph Alex. And there we go, I've made my character. And that's it for character customization. And you can further this in the game with various options. You can go to your town and get a haircut if you want. And your clothes also have to do with customization. All your armor, all your weapons, all of your talent points. I'll go into further detail with this later, but customization doesn't end here. There's a lot to it. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned.